And participants. Hey everybody, welcome to Diamond Zone. Good morning. It is, what day is it? My gosh, Tuesday morning. The pay cycle is still, as we speak, in progress, and very, very exciting month for a lot of people. And I just want to recognize a lot of people that, like I said, the volume's still coming in, guys. And, we will have a full report once I get it from the leaders. We had lots and lots and lots of new team developers, team builders, new gold, new platinums. I mean, it was an amazing pay cycle for a lot of you. And but I do want to recognize our new diamonds, our new grand diamond, and our brand new president, which we will hear from today. And you heard from her yesterday. But I want to first of all recognize Fran Gatto, brand new diamond. Big round of applause, guys. Let's see everybody applaud like you were the diamond. That's it. That's how you got to do it. Okay? Yes.
Yay, wahoo! You go, girl. Woohoo!
That's it.
Yahoo!
We have to keep it going, so hang on, man. Natasha Marquez, brand new diamond. Natasha Marquez. Brett Yeagley, brand new diamond. Very cool. Danielle Teagues, Mr. Danielle, who actually was one of the first people that came with us to Florida. He was one of the initial people. He hit diamond yesterday in a big way. He blew by diamond. And not to mention not last but not least, but let me share with you something, guys. When you have leadership like we have, I do want to say, Mr. Dan Mays is a leader in his own right in the industry of network marketing. He hit grand diamond yesterday, grand diamonds. That is unbelievable accomplishment. Okay, and last but certainly not least, our top rank for this pay cycle is Miss Sheila Harrison, President. Sheila Harrison. Wait a minute, I'm gonna say it again. President.
Woo!
Wait, I gotta say that again. President.
All right. Woohoo!
Sheila Harrison. So when you hit president, guys, you've hit the upper echelon of the company. Many different awards. You will always be on the president trips. And I'll tell you guys, I'm so very proud. Sheila was with us on that first trip to go meet with Mr. Fabio Galdi. And you talk about perseverance. You talk about dedication. You talk about a never quit attitude. Sheila, Lisa and I are beaming, smiling ear to ear, and I know a lot of the people that know you are doing the same thing. But I got to find you. There you are. Sheila, congratulations, girl. Did you hear everybody applauding?
Yes, I am just in tears this morning. I'm so excited. I'm beside myself. It's like having your birthday, anniversary, and Christmas all at one time. It's incredible. I'm very grateful. And I'm driving in my car, and my team is our team, I should say. We're up with me till like 3:30 or 4 this morning, and this whole industry just exemplifies what you can do with team efforts. We all win together. So I'm just grateful for you and Lisa and Dan Mays, this whole team, and Patricia and Terry on the call, and all of the ranks that we broke within our group. It's just, that's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about. It's so exciting.
Yeah, Sheila, I think you said it the best. It's really about aligning yourself with your team and helping everybody else. I know that's what you're focused on, is really helping everybody else rank advance, doing what you can to help them.
Absolutely.
And it's not giving them the fish. You're teaching them to fish. You're showing them. You're there to support them. And that's what I love about what you were able to do with your entire team. You want anything else, Sheila?
Well, thank you, Jeff. Yes, that's. I've just seen with this opportunity, I do the same efforts. I always give 100%, but I've just seen much bigger results, and I've seen people. Excitement breeds excitement. So I've seen the team come together, and they don't just share in their own excitement. They celebrate the excitement of their whole team, and so it's really become kind of a movement, as Natita says. It's more than a company or an opportunity, and that's what we're feeling within our group. So we're just very, very grateful, and I'm very humbled, and I'm thankful to the good Lord for aligning me with everyone on this call. Very grateful.
Hey, Sheila, do me one more favor, because I know you're driving, but just tell people the progression of really what's happened the last 2 months, the different rankings and how fast you went from where you were to president.
Mm-hmm. Well, cycle 2004 will go down in history because I hit diamond, and I just want everyone to know on the call that diamond is not a rank. I started about in 2010, so I've only been in this industry for less than 10 years, but I started then and started developing and learning perseverance and persistence and consistency, how to do a three-way call. I just had to get the right rhythm with the right company. So I hit diamond in cycle 2004 with World Global, and just ecstatic about that. It's an inside job. It's not just a rank.
And then you blew past double, and then now president, correct?
Yes, yes. In this pay cycle, I hit diamond for my first time in 7-day pay cycle. 2 days later, I hit double diamond. 2 days later, grand diamond. And then this morning at about 3:30, president. And so it's just indicative of what momentum, when you get momentum with your team and excitement, they just start running with you. And as you help others reach their rank advancement, it just pushes you to the top. And I always say that our top is always at our bottom. So if you're helping that next new person come in, get there too, and get to team developer, it just pushes everybody to the top, right?
Sheila, exactly the same, the perfect message that everybody needs to hear. But here's the other thing, guys. You know, Sheila talks about it. Sheila came with us, and a lot of people think, you know how I talk about it's the not worth it stage. Look what happened with Sheila, building, right? Finding her rhythm. You heard. And now 8 months, people go, oh, it took 8 months to get to diamond. So, but look what happened when you build the base correctly. That diamond base was not built just on a house of cards. It was a diamond business. Then she went double diamond, then to president. Okay, now let me ask you this. You think she's saying it's worth it or it's not worth it, Face? That's it. It's continuing to do it when you think it's not working. And I always told Sheila, you're working. You're just not getting the results yet. It could turn on a dime, and all of a sudden, bang, 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 president. So this is encouragement for all of you to hear if you're doing the necessary things on a daily basis. So Sheila, once again, unbelievable. Congratulations. And, you know, guys, I also want to really talk about right now, you talk about perseverance and working to the last minute of the last hour of the pay cycle. And I want to bring on our brand new diamond, Fran Gatto. Okay, she just crossed over literally to diamond 1 minute ago as they were closing the pay cycle. Fran, woo! Hey, Fran.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it, and I swear I'm going to have a heart attack. I never typed so fast in my entire life. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh! And Lisa just came out screaming. I actually announced it because I know what was happening, but I know you just crossed over literally 1 minute ago, and that's what I keep telling everybody: work through the month, right? Do what you have to do. You figure it out. And Fran, I will tell you, very something special for me and Lisa that you are now in Diamond Club. So happy. Do you want to share anything with anybody, Fran?
I just want to say, I mean, it's like surreal right now because, again, I had very little sleep. And I see Doug's on the call actually as well. And, you know, he's like my underlining support in all this. And I'm just eternally grateful.
Oh, big clap for Fran, everybody. Everybody, once again, for all the new promotions. Oh, thank you, Fran. You did awesome. Doug, thank you also. And there'll be more promotions coming tomorrow, guys. Believe me. Now, me and Lisa, we crossed over double presidents. Okay, double presidents, and really, really close. We're crossing our fingers towards grand. Just have to see how all these dollars fall out in the next 20 minutes. Believe me, it's something else. So we are so very proud. Yeah.
Awesome, and so awesome.
Yeah. So guys, it's like I said, it really is. You could just see, what does it take to get to, you know, double? Well, look at the promotions. But that's this is nothing about Lisa and I. Okay, it's about really helping everybody achieve their next ranking. And that's the message, and that's really the attitude I want you all to have, guys. And I think Sheila said it the best, because I know how she works her business. You know what she does? When someone comes in, it's about get your first two. We got to get to team builder. And she'll stay there and stay there until they become team builder. Then the next goal, she wants to be a team developer factory. That's the attitude. Getting everybody to get their two who get their two. And it's not just, you know how many people just get excited because they got somebody in? Well, how many times you've heard this on Diamond Zone? To find out what you really got, all these people who rank advance find out very quickly what they got. Is this person going to go out there and open up their contact base to me? And that's really what you have to do. Okay, but with all these new rankings, guys, this means a lot to me and Lisa. And we know that we now have the foundation. Okay, forget presidential millionaire. Okay, with the team that we have, there's no way we won't be grand president millionaires. Okay, it's just the journey. People say, how's it going, Jeff? Unbelievable. We've never had this kind of growth in a short period of time. Never. It took us 3 to 5 years to build this type of base in our first company. You've heard me say it. What took us six years to do in our first company, we did here in 6 months. It's just everybody identifying how special this really is. And then grabbing it and really making the all-out effort to do whatever you have to do with the mentality of an 18-month commitment, right, to get to where you want to go. And we've always talked about it. Would it be worth? And I'll talk about Sheila right now because she's the president. Would it be worth what Sheila went through? People go, oh my gosh, so 8 months. 8 months to become president? Is it worth it? If you were hitting president every pay cycle, do you know how much money that is? That's $10,000 a week. $10,000 in earnings in a week on one bonus. On one bonus. How many jobs, careers, or professions can you do something for 8 months and then have an opportunity to get to $10,000 a week? So you got to put this in perspective. Because I think so many people lose sight because of the obscene money that is involved in network marketing. And we think, we think that if we're involved for 90 days or 4 months and we haven't ranked advance, that this is not worth it. You guys, this journey, and wait till you see what happens after Vegas, right? The announcements, all the new different types of apps, the phone, the blood glucose. But I'm urging everybody, you need to really focus in and building your base. It's the base. Once you have the base and the company continues to drop in different products, I say it every time I do a presentation, that's where the money is. So what I want to talk about today, okay, it's hard to talk about anything today because it's just so exciting what's happened, it is really the visual, and I know you guys have seen the training a 1,000 times, but it makes no difference because I want to spin it a little bit differently today. I want you guys to understand, okay, really what has to happen for everybody here to start rank advancing the way they want to rank advance. And you know what? We have a system, but I want you guys to have the attitude, okay, that you have what everybody wants. You have the magic bullet. They just don't know it yet because they think the magic bullet for a lot of people is to keep doing the same things. And if you keep doing the same things, what happens? You keep getting the same results, right? In order for things to change, we have to change, okay? And we know that every time we go out there, right, we go out and we talk to people. That's our business. I think it was Caitlin that said, I forgot what she said, but I said, listen, if we're not talking to people, right, we're not earning money. We got to always be out there, and we always got to be networking. Always be networking. Remember the movie Glengarry, Glen Ross? Maybe some of you saw that. There's a scene there. They say always be closing. I don't like to always be closing. I always want to be networking. Always be networking. Always take advantage. You never know. Here's the fear of loss that I remember Lisa coming home and telling me. She said, Jeff, okay, I was just told that everybody I don't talk to, everybody I don't talk to just cost me from $50,000 to $50,000 a month. She put that fear of loss on herself because she knew that if somebody decided to do it, do you know any one person could mean those types of dollars to you? And this is the mentality, and this is how you have to hold yourself accountable. And when you talk to the people, right, you've seen this presentation, a lot of you have, but some of you haven't. Everybody you talk to, you got to know your craft, everyone. There's a time where some people have to take that next step and be very aware. You have to have an awareness about you. If you get into a conversation, right, and you talk to people about what they do, could you not put them in a box? And once you put them in a box, okay, don't you understand exactly kind of what they earn? I could tell you exactly what somebody earns based on what they do. And I know what kind of time they have if you ask the right questions. But obviously, when you go out there, you got to have that burning desire, right? You got to be coachable. Okay, you got to be willing to work. You know, some of these people that made these rank advancements, you know what sometimes the hardest part is? Having the tough conversations. Telling people when you see they may be going into a different direction, right? But what does that take? It takes a burning desire and really caring about people. We always say, I want to help people. No, you got to care about people. You can't help people. People could only help themselves. I could give them the platform. But they got to want to do it. They got to want to do it. Because if I give that person the fish, they're going to keep wanting the fish, right? You got to teach them to fish. And when you're teaching somebody to do something new, right, then they have to be coachable. They got to be dumb enough to be smart enough to listen. And they got to be willing to work. I mean, I can't stress this enough, guys. This is work ethic. But somebody said, well, Jeff, are you tired? Okay, when I first got on the call, you know what I said? Compared to what? No, I'm not tired. Okay, no, tired was working 14 hours a day for 14 years. Not being paid what I was worth, not being around the people I wanted to be around, right? I was dictated when to go to the bathroom, when to take my vacation. No, I was tired then. Okay, I looked at hitting our top rank, okay, that we have so far with World Global Network, and Lisa and I were still having, you know, a glass of wine and a beautiful dinner, okay, last night. Okay, still, yeah, doing a three-way call, a couple launch calls. Are you working hard? I'm gonna say it again, guys. Compared to what? I mean, come on, really? So what's our job? Network. We have to network. We got to network and get as many people into our system. This is what we do. This is your craft. This is what you got to get good at. And you got to challenge yourself, okay, every single time. Did you guys see the meeting yesterday on Chad and Natita, the Monday training, okay? And I forgot his name. Is it Peter? Who did the training? I hate to get his name wrong. Peter Webb. Peter Webb. He did the training. He goes, you know what? Every time you talk to somebody, I love what he said. He just said it in a different way. He said, every time you talk to somebody and you're networking, think about it. Does everybody tell you all their problems? No. Or does everybody say, everything's fine? I'm fine. Are you fine? Everything's great. Oh, what a great day. You got to unpeel the onion when you network. And when you unpeel the onion and you start asking the right questions, you can find out really quickly if everything's fine. So you can then match the opportunity to the people you're talking to. And what I'm talking to you about applies no matter who you talk to. Now, we always say start with your warm market. Why? Because it's a good training ground. It's a good way to get yourself out there. It's a good way to get beat up because you're going to get beat up out there. Okay, it's a good way to hone your skills. You may or may not get good results with warm market. I don't know, but I tell everybody to start there because you know the answers to the test. When you talk to your warm market, do you not know what they do? Okay, don't you know where they live? Well, these are the reasons we say start with your warm market. I don't say start with your warm market because that's how you're going to build a multi-million-dollar company. Because eventually you got to create warm market. Well, how do you create warm market? Through the cold market. But the purpose of the cold market is to get into their warm market, getting activity. So if I'm talking to warm market, I know everything about them. So it's easier for me to match the opportunity. Some of them will just get on a call because, why? Because you asked them to. And you know what that does to a new person? Listen, everybody, it's not so much the results that you get, it's the success. You can't be married to whether or not they do it. You gotta be married to little successes. And if I got my warm market, if I got my brother on a call, I was successful. This is why, see, everything is a plan. If I get a brand new person in and they get their first two, are they a little psyched? What did I just do? I kept them in. If I get somebody brand new, right, and they make their warm market list and they get 4 people on a launch call, is that success? Absolutely. Just by you starting to go out there and do something you've never done before, if you get people to take the steps, then that builds your confidence. And when you start to have confidence, like all these new rank advancers, right? Sheila Harrison, Dan Mays, Danielle, Brett, Natasha, Fran, okay, and there's more coming in. When you hit that, what do you think happens to their confidence? They walk differently. They talk differently, right? They now have a pep to their step. They're now somebody that their people look up to. They're now leaders for their team. What is that worth? What is that ranking worth? Think about that. So when you understand this, these are the little things that people have to get good at. All these things. And we tell everybody, right, start with your warm market. Okay, people you know, okay, all the things. I just told you why. But you know what? I want you to really look at an extensive list. Really get deep with yourself. Because I know most people on this call, there's no way in the world you've talked to everybody. But I'm going to say it again. Your babysitter will be talked to by somebody if you don't. Your family members, right? Your handyman. That's why we say start with your warm market. So at least you could say, I gave them an opportunity. And like I said, it helps you hone your skills, does it not? Listen, guys, you're going to screw up. Who cares, really? You got to stop taking yourself so seriously. Okay, you just go out there and just tell people, I'm excited. Why? Because I just got involved with this new company that's bringing wearable technology into the market. I've aligned myself with some exciting people that have been in the industry for years. And you know, I'm on a business plan to make $50,000 my first year, $100,000, whatever you're going to say, whatever you believe in. That's it. How can you say anything wrong if you're excited? And these are the things that you start to learn. You start to hone these skills when you go through your entire warm market. And once you have the skill set, right, then you could transfer that skill set into whatever venue you want to network through. Well, I don't care what it is. It could be any cold market. It could be Craigslist. It could be radio ads. It could be newspaper ads. It could be networking events. Doesn't make a difference. The skill set is the skill set. Talking to people is talking to people, right? And once you understand the people business and why people say what they say, okay, you then become a master builder. I could very quickly identify people who are self-starters. I could identify if I'm out there in the cold market, who's influential. Through conversation, I could figure out if they're teachable and coachable. I could ask a couple of questions and tell you what kind of financial resources they have. So when you make your initial list, right, you want to know who you have that meets this criteria. Because I'll just tell you why. A lot of times they're easier to talk to. But these are normally the people we avoid. These are normally the people we avoid. Why? Because we think they don't need it. Guys, have you ever heard the saying, the rich get richer? Have you ever figured out why? Because they're always looking for ways to make more. Broke people don't look. That's why they're broke. Broke people are stuck in their ways. Rich people are always looking for other sources of income. Show me a truly wealthy person who doesn't have multiple streams of income. You think they're going to say no to another one? Now here you come. Well, how do I talk to that person? The same way you talk to anybody. The same way you talk to anybody. There's no difference. It's your confidence. It's your posture. Right? And a lot of you have to get away from selling this business, right? Selling the business, and you got to start interviewing for the business. Big difference. Stop trying to sell the business, interview for the business. Now, Jeff, what do you mean? Okay, well, let me put you in the position of power, everybody. You are a CEO of your company. Every single person listening to me right now, you are the CEO of your company. Fabio's not, you are. Lisa and Jeff are the CEO of our company from here down. Right now, if you're a CEO, right, and you have tens of thousands of employees through multiple levels of leadership, sound familiar? Right, you got your vice presidents. You got your general managers, you got your supervisors, right? This is your structure. If one of the people, okay, quit or you fired somebody and you had to hire somebody else, would you be selling all the people that were coming in for the interview for the job, or would you be interviewing for the job? Would you be selling people on why they should accept this job? No, you wouldn't. You would be interviewing for the job. I want you to make this switch. Everybody, you're interviewing. I'm interviewing when I talk to people. I want to find out what they're about. I want to find out what they do. I want to find out if they have desire. You got to stop selling and start interviewing. You got a multi-million-dollar opportunity. Are you going to accept anybody who applies? Well, Jeff, in the beginning, yeah, in the beginning you probably will. In the beginning, if the person on the street corner who has a sign that says, "We'll work for food," we'll get on a webinar, you'll bring them on. Not saying that's wrong, but eventually you start to really understand what you're looking for. Okay, now some of you, this might be going over your head. Do you even know what you're looking for? You know, a lot of people say, I'm looking for people just like me. Maybe you got a group of people just like you. Okay, here's a checkpoint. If everybody did what you did last pay cycle, would you be rich or would you be broke? Well, Sheila would be stinking wealthy. Dan Mays would be rich. Danielle, Brett, Natasha, and Fran would all be wealthy. Think about it. If Fran duplicated diamonds and she had 50 people and they all became diamonds, you think she'd be rich? Okay, but see, it's about the activity, guys. And I'm going to say it again. Stop selling, start interviewing. And I'm going to show you the questions to ask people. Because we know in order to get people into our system, we tell people in the beginning, understand why we do this, because we want people being active day one. Right after that webinar, right after the Zoom meeting, I want people to leave that call getting started and going. Here's what I want people to do. I can do that. I don't want people to say, well, I don't know. I have to learn a skill set before I do that. No, this is why I say you have to sell the system. If someone thinks they have to learn something, you know what it does? It paralyzes them. It creates what? Procrastination. Well, I have to learn something first. But if they get off a Zoom meeting and they go, well, everybody on that Zoom meeting kept saying, just get that 2-minute video into people's hands. It's activity. That's all it is. It's activity. And what comes up with activity, what is what? Right? Learning your skill sets, learning curves, understanding why people do and don't do what they say they're going to do. But it's people leaving going, I can do that. That's what I want people to say. I don't want people to say, well, I could eventually learn that. Well, that's not going to get fast results. We had a person go team developer after one meeting. After one Zoom meeting, the next Zoom meeting went team developer. You know why? Because they left the meeting saying, I can do that. And they took it literally. Well, Jeff told me to get 10 people on the next call. I got 10, and 4 said yes. He got his 2, and those 2 got their 2. Okay, there you go. Team developer, because the person said what? I could go out there and execute. That's what the comfort zone sharing is showing people the simple system, knowing they have the backup. This is what I want you to be for your people, guys. I want you to be the backup. I want you to be there for your person. I want you to be there for 3-way calls. All these people who've ranked events, they utilize 3-way calls. They do 3-way calls for their people. I want you to be that person. I want you to get to that point where you're really walking people through. This is how you get people to team builder and team developer. When you sponsor, not recruit, when you sponsor somebody into the business, there's a responsibility. What's the responsibility? I want to be there and I want to walk them through because I want to get them results. Can you imagine when someone gets in, if you get them one person within 24 hours, what happens? It builds their confidence so they stay in another day. This is a smaller, a bigger version of what we try to do. Why do you think we do Diamond Zone every morning? Because all the people, okay, think, for the people that had the results, Diamond Zone needs you. For the people that didn't get the results last pay cycle, you need Diamond Zone. Do you guys get it? If you're getting the results, Diamond Zone needs you. If you're not getting the results, you need Diamond Zone. So for all the people that said, you know what, I didn't hit my goal, you need this call today. And maybe this call kept you in the game for another pay cycle. That's why we do it. I understand what people go through. I understand the emotional roller coaster. No one understands it more than Lisa and I promise you that. You know how many times we used to go to bed thinking, what the hell did we do? Not here. I'm talking about in general. And there's other times we go, man, we're going to be stinking rich. Next day we go to bed and go, man, we're going to be broke. Next day, man, we're going to be rich. It was an emotional roller coaster. Why? Because the base wasn't built where it was consistent income. But when you could align yourself with people with a bigger vision than you, it keeps you in the game. Guys, listen, it's so easy to quit. It's hard to stay in. I have no respect for people that quit. You have that choice every day, and I promise you that other voice probably talks to you every day. What are you doing? This is nuts. Why do we keep doing this? Well, because I see a bigger vision. Well, your vision stinks. Well, I'm telling you right now, we're going to make this work. Well, it didn't work last pay cycle. Well, I don't care. I'm going to keep moving forward. Well, you're a dummy. See, don't you guys deal with that? That's your other voice. We're fine. No, we're not fine. I want more. You should be happy with what you got. That car's not that bad. I want a new car. See, do you understand? Isn't that the battle? Okay, well, when you're aligned with the proper leadership and they're there to support you, guess what? This is where you could reach up and go, hey, man, I need to talk. That's the edification. Edification goes two ways, guys. You got to be there for your people. And then you got to get really good. Okay, you got to get good at understanding what really this is all about. You know what this is really all about? Filling up your funnel. Period. This is really what it's all about. It's friendshipping. It's filling up your funnel daily. Daily. And guys, I tell you, you fill up your funnel initially with warm market. But does that mean you don't do cold market? You hone your skills warm market so you can then venture into cold market. Cold market is phenomenal. We made a fortune in cold market. Our cold market was radio ads. But I honed my skills with warm market. So I knew what kind of objections I was going to get when I dealt with the cold market. And then how about this one? You don't rely on any one thing. If you're a one-legged pony, okay, I'm telling you, you gotta be a chameleon. You gotta have warm market working. You gotta have cold market going. You gotta have people knowing what you're doing so they're providing referrals to you, right? You gotta be out there and maybe joining a health club or a networking event, right? Or volunteering because you're constantly meeting new people. This is what we do. This is our craft. This is how I would hire you. If you're going to take this job, Mr. Jones, that could pay you 7 figures, your job is to network and put no less than 2 new people a day in your funnel. That's your job. Would you figure it out? Of course you would. That's what we do. That's the friendshiping phase. This is what most people stop doing right here. And I caution all the people who ranked advanced, okay, don't stop doing it. Because what you're filling up the funnel today sometimes doesn't harvest for 60 or 90 days, right? So in other words, if you stop filling up the funnel this month, it won't maybe affect August. It probably will affect October, right? And this is how you continue. That's what Sheila kept doing. She kept friendshipping. She kept filling up the funnel. And every month she goes, okay, I keep doing it, but it's not worth it. Then she did it again the next month. And she kept going, man, with the effort I'm putting in, it's still not worth it. Ask her now if it's worth it. Ask her now if it's worth it. 8 months. President, really? With that type of opportunity to be making $10,000 a week? Remember your income disclosure, of course. And here's my other challenge, okay? If you're continuing to do this, here's how you know. Did you requalify at your rank? Some of you hit a rank, but did you requalify? That means you have a consistent funnel. That means you're duplicating through your people when you requalify your rank. Does that make sense, everybody? So the way you do it is by always be networking. Listening, asking questions, establishing a rapport. I don't care what venue you're in. If I'm doing Craigslist ads, I still got to build a rapport. Oh, how did I learn to do that? Because I was in my warm market first. That's why. I've honed my skills. I could talk to Craigslist. I could talk to radio. I could go to a networking event and be someone that's charismatic. I know how to communicate, but you got to keep doing it. You could go to the gym and strike a conversation. And without the person knowing what you're doing, you're asking questions because you're trying to identify if this is somebody, right? You're interviewing if this is somebody you want to talk to. Now, does that not make sense? That's how you do it. And people go, okay, Jeff, well, what questions do I ask? Okay, you want to see some of the questions you could ask people when you meet them? Okay, these are just some of the qualifying questions, right? Conversation starting. Where are you from? Okay, that's a good one. Find out where they are. You might find a connection. Find connections. If I'm doing, no matter what I'm doing, cold market, three-way calls, warm market, I'm trying to find a connection. Usually you'll find a connection with where they live, what they do, because you'll be able to relate. It's all about relating. See, some of you are going in, right, and you're trying to close people, okay, before you even get to know them. This is why we say friendshipping is so important. And putting together your number that you're going to put in your funnel every day. There's so many different ways of doing it, guys. I just rattled off 5 or 6 already. Warm market, networking events, health clubs, volunteering, right? Trade shows, people you meet, wherever you go, there's people running an ad campaign. There's all different types of things you can do to hone your skills, right? What type of work do you do? What do you do? What kind of business are you in? Going a little bit deeper. What does that entail? I always ask that question. I had a guy yesterday talking to me, and he says, I control over 10,000 doctors. I go, what do you do? What does that entail? I wanted to go deeper. He goes, well, I provide a networking of opportunities for doctors to add ancillary income to their practices. I said, oh, how do you do that? More. I want him to talk. Well, here's what we do. Here's how we do it. How do you get those leads? Referrals. How do you advertise? I found out everything about the person. Okay. How long have you been doing that? Well, what does that tell you? If you find out, right, maybe that person is a job, he goes from job to job. Well, I just got started here. Okay, what did you do before that? Find out what you got, guys. And this even goes once you sponsor them. You still got to build that rapport. You follow me? It's getting to know and getting understanding. I'm such an advocate for this, to know what you really got. Do I have somebody here that has desire? Start practicing this and watch what happens when you put 2 people a day in your funnel the right way. After 30 days, there's 60 new people. After 60 days, there's 120 new people. You think then you'll have consistent income and consistent sponsors? Yes. How long have you been affected by what's happening in the economy? Have you been affected what's happening with the economy? Has your industry changed? How do you like what you're doing? Is this really a passion of yours? Okay, are you familiar with network marketing, the concept? Have you ever been involved before? Right, tell me about your family. Do you have kids? Does your wife work? Would you be open to looking at another source of income? If I could show you a way without your time to change your financial situation. A direct question. After you get to know somebody and you find out, you got to use this last line. Do you keep your business options open once you go through this? Perfect. That's somebody in your funnel. That's somebody in your funnel. That was somebody that was networked the right way. And like I said, even if I'm on a 3-way call, if you're on a call with me, you know I ask these questions before I even get into the information. If I'm in a networking event, I do this. When I bring in a new person, I do this. It's being a person. It's really what it ends up with. That's what you want to do, guys. So those are just some ideas of different questions you could ask. Okay, you guys, mute me, please. Or Estetis. Okay. So when you do that, now you understand. Okay, I'm not going to keep going here because we'll continue this tomorrow. Now you understand the friendshipping phase, guys. We'll finish this training tomorrow. This is when you listen. You're asking questions. You're establishing that rapport. It's so, so important. But let me ask everybody here a question. How many of these things that you see on your screen do you have going on right now? Do you get around? Do you have a mechanism to get around people on a daily basis? Are you doing some type of cold market? Does everybody know what you do? See, here's the other thing a lot of people miss. Just because someone says no to you, do you see how we're closing up the calls now? You're either a 1, 2, or 3. This is why I say, don't just be on the call, listen to what's being said on the call. If you're a 3, it probably means somebody invited you on the call, and because of your respect for that person, you got on, and you've listened to the information, and you're saying to yourself, that's not for me. Do you know what I say to my number 3s? Thank you for being on the call. I'm speaking for the person that got you, invited you, because at least you did what you said you were going to do, and you received the information. You just made a decision that it's not for you. Great. But now that you know what your friend is doing, key point, guys, if you do come across anybody that's looking for a way to change their financial situation, would you please keep your friend in mind and give that person that referral? Have you guys tried this with your warm market? Listen, I don't know if this is for you or not, but I'm practicing. I'm trying to hone my skill. Would you allow me to share with you what I'm doing? And whether it's for you or not, now that you know what I'm doing, I know you know a lot of people. Would you refer them to me? That's the backdoor approach. Have you tried that one? To the person you think is so skeptical? Hey, sister, I know you're not going to do this. But I would appreciate you listening to me because I'm practicing. If it's for you, you might see something here, but if not, I know you have a contact base and maybe you can refer me some people. Maybe that's another approach, guys. Ask for referrals. Do you have everybody you know knowing what you do? Well, if you do, you will get referrals from those people. If you do it professionally, acquaintances, associates, personal friends, people you meet. This is the friendshipping phase. Ask for people to sit down. Let me practice on you. Go through the information. Make them watch the 2-minute video. Ask their opinion. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Good luck to you. Okay, yeah, thank you. But now that you know, please let me know if you know anybody that maybe could use the Hilo or the BioZen, or maybe they're open for a way to make more money. Watch what starts to happen when you do it. Not trying to close them. No, you're interviewing them. You're letting them know what's going on. Here's my favorite. When people ask you what's new, tell them. Tell them, well, let me tell you what's new. Glad you asked. But this is where we always say, well, nothing's new. Everything's fine, blah, 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 blah. Just surface stuff. Uncover the onion. So, guys, that's the call today. And all the rank advancers, oh my gosh, so happy, so excited for everybody. We have unbelievable momentum, guys. Let's carry it. Let's get you to be the next success story and get to Diamond. Everybody on this call has the ability to get there. Just follow some simple things that we talked about, and we'll continue this training tomorrow. Appreciate you. Congratulations once again. Sheila, Dan, Danielle, Brett, Natasha, and Fran. Woo! Wait, let me unmute everybody. Let me just get everybody. Big round of applause once again, guys, for all the people. You all can be seen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome job, everyone. Thank you. All right, so what do we do?